Welcome to BitBoy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. My name has been every day on this channel. I show you how to make money in crypto. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you want to go deeper into crypto, make sure to check out bitlabacademy.com. All right, guys, so here we go. Bitcoin bounced back very hard from the $41,000 level that it touched on most exchanges. 41.9, really, high 41s, but it was pretty low. But we're not going to talk that much about Bitcoin. We're going to briefly touch on where the price is today and, you know, what we can kind of look for. But I really want to talk to you about Ethereum and what this means for Ethereum, because it is setting up quite nicely. And then we have another project which we told you we put $500,000 into, and that is looking like a genius move. And hopefully, you know, if you guys did the same, you will get to reap some giant rewards from that. So first, Bitcoin. Look, guys, Bitcoin is back at $48,000. Even at the time of the recording of this video, it got all the way up to the high 49s. It almost touched 50, came back down. That's what we're seeing. A lot of people predicted we will see 50,000 as resistance. Some people predicted for months. I don't think that's going to happen. I already explained to you guys on a video last night exactly what is going on, what is happening. The pandemic is going to be over by March. And, you know, that's probably the ushering in of the deflation, which we can talk about all that on a different video. But I believe that we will recover very quickly from what just happened. And call me crazy. Call me crazy. I still think we're seeing a massive run up in December. So we'll see how laughable or genius that looks here pretty soon. But we do have a massive green dot that has appeared here on the 11-hour chart. We got one on the... That was not a dab. That was a sneeze. But no editing in these videos, so you just got to go with it. Guys, we had a green dot appear on the 11-hour chart. I can't remember. I don't think we had one show up on the 12-hour chart yet. But here's one thing that's very interesting. When we do print a green dot on Market Cipher for the daily chart, it's going to be the large green dot at the bottom. We have only had very few of these in the last 2 years of this bull run. And every single time it has played out massively to the upside. Now, there have been a couple, I think there was maybe once where it happened and then it got invalidated quickly by manipulation X's and then it reappeared. But long and short of it is, even if it did get invalidated, they've all had massive pumps. While you're in a bull run, while you're in a bull cycle, that's what happens. So let's move on. Let's talk about the secret token, FTT. That is the token of FTX. Sam Bankman-Fried. Everything this man touches turns to gold. I don't know. Does he have a genie that he rubs and wishes, or is someone showering the money on him? I don't know. You'll have to figure that out for yourself. But what I do want to say is this. There's a massive story out right now about FTX. It now has a $32 billion valuation, and they are doing a $1.5 billion seed round, funding round, maybe not a seed round, but a fund round, to help them get closer towards becoming public later on. Now, what happened when Solana had a $300 million investment? Moon. What happened when Avalanche got a $230 million investment? Boom, Moon. Moon, boom, soon. Wait, Moon, boom, soon. There you go. That's what I meant to say. Didn't make any sense, but I did mean to say it. So this is what we're looking at. FTT is potentially going to be one of the few coins I believe that could go up in the bear market. Now, I know that sounds crazy because I tell you hardly anything ever does. What did previously? Chainlink, but another coin that ripped massively in 2019, BNB, Binance coin, exchange token, FTX, the rising exchange trying to compete with Coinbase. Same thing with CRO. We might see the same thing with it. But the difference between FTT and CRO is CRO has already had a massive run up. It definitely came back down thanks to the market crash. Nothing individually about the coin, but just the overall market has pulled it back down to viable levels. We could see FTT just absolutely rip, not just for the remainder of this bull run in December, which I think we're going to see, but also for maybe next year. So we'll probably do an adjusted coins of 2022 as we get closer to the beginning of the year. I already made one. I said Elrond was going to rip. Many of the ones that I said were going to rip have already ripped at the end of this year. So we'll have to see what happens there. Lastly, but not least, let's talk about Ethereum and why Ethereum is set up so good right now. It all has to do with the Bitcoin versus Ether pair. Ethereum is gaining on the Bitcoin pair like we have not seen in a long time. We've had one massive run up this year of the ETH value versus Bitcoin value. We are setting up for Ethereum to pass Bitcoin. And I always said this, it will pass it permanently in 4 years. This year, it's going to temporarily pass it, come back down to earth. I do think that that is what we're going to see. So I definitely believe that this is one to continue to watch. Watch Ethereum, see what it does. It's going to massively rip. The value in US dollars is going to go out the roof. Guys, I'm starting to wonder if Ethereum, because Bitcoin has been dropping and the Ethereum versus Bitcoin pair has been rising, I'm starting to wonder if we could be looking at Ethereum possibly setting an all-time high versus Bitcoin, which would be 15%. A lot of people are predicting it's going to go above 10%, but if it goes above 10% before the true altcoin season, before Bitcoin tops out, we could be looking at that number going between 12 and 15%, which could put the price for Ethereum at a much higher value than we predicted this year, which is $10,500. We had an early prediction of 27,000, but midway through the year, we adjusted that. We're looking at $10,500 for Ethereum, but if that pair goes parabolic, you could be looking at a much higher price point, could be a $15,000 to $20,000 Ethereum. So don't want to put too much in your hopium pipe, but there you go. All right, guys, that's all we got for today. Make sure to check out FTT. I think this one is going to rip. Make sure to watch Ethereum, Bitcoin, and please do your thing. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.